combine with the alumina to make aluminum. Corium that's fresh out of the pot may be just a bit too hot to enjoy, so it's recommended that factory workers blow on it vigorously before they take a bite. The overhead crane is the only piece of factory equipment qualified to move these coriums. This factory used to use an underhead crane, but it kept getting stuck in the concrete floor. Sometimes, the cauldron gets a bit crusty from the Earth's crust mixing into the corium samples. Giant pincers are used to remove these impurities. This same process is done if the corium excavations accidentally dredge up pieces of hell, which is a real place, and you are absolutely going there when you die. Walking the crane twice a day is mandatory to make sure it doesn't have a hissy fit and bury the employees in molten metal. The alumina-corium mixture is melted at over 1400 degrees while its will to live escapes as a gas, polluting the factory with aluminum ghosts. An aluminum ghostbuster then gets to work using a huge tube to suck up the pure aluminum from the bottom of the mixing pot. This tube is attached to an industrial-sized teapot, which is where the phrase "I'm a little aluminum pot full of ghosts" came to be. An air hose is attached and operated by the buster to remove any factory workers potentially sucked up by the tube. Using the ultimate pull-out method, the tube is withdrawn, and an unwanted aluminum baby is successfully prevented 60% of the time. Molten aluminum is transferred to a slop trough to act as emergency barbecue rations during times of peace. During times of war, the molten aluminum slowly assimilates all who oppose it. When the aluminum is to be cast, it is gently stroked with a stroker pole to coax it into its respective mold. The top skin of the aluminum is skimmed off the top, which most people dislike, but some enjoy on their own as singles. While the liquid aluminum hardens in a process called aluminium, waterfalls of imported aluminum are applied to add more aluminum to the aluminium. 20 tons of bauxite have produced 4 tons of aluminum, which when read backwards explains aluminum's nickname of the marijuana of metals. When finished, the aluminum is often reshaped on site into a different product, such as these 11 soda cans. Don't go anywhere, there's even more aluminum coming up right after this.
For my science fair project, I cloned myself for fun. This version is exactly like me in every way, except he can't speak, and somehow he loves Factor even more than I do, even though that's impossible.
Factor is the world-changing meal delivery service that knows sometimes you suddenly have double your normal appetite and have to order twice as much food as normal. That's why Factor lets you order up to 35 meals per week that are a attraction to win save is better. So I've found Factor. Click the link below and use code HUGBYSFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code HUGBYSFB50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Factor, the only meal service that'll be able to tell who's the clone and who's the original when it comes down to the inevitable death struggle for power. We continue our aluminum special with the most popular aluminum product, pots and pans. Some factories have giant machines that simply stamp out or mold the cookware, while other factories use a technique called metal spinning. To make cookware that gets an OK hand sign rating from an assembly line cook, you have to start with a pure aluminum sheet called a blank. The company tramp stamp is embossed onto what will be the bottom or booty of the pot. A pot and pan executioner clamps the bottom onto a lathe and prepares it for death via tilt-a-whirl. After locking the execution chamber, only a call from the governor can save the pot from its fate of having its ash shaped and bent during a 15,000 rotations per second spin. Freshly killed pots tend to make the best cookware, since they won't be able to come alive and scream when you put boiling water in them, especially on nights of a full moon. The pot is simultaneously given a haircut as its soul leaves this mortal coil. The aluminum hair will be made into wigs for sick children, as the metal strands cutting into their skull will give them a great reminder of, "You're not dead yet, stupid." Aluminum is one of the few materials on the planet that is cheaper to recycle than to just throw away, because mining bauxite is extremely cool, and one of the most sought-after jobs in the country. The same can't be said for piss-baby plastic. A Belmont whip is salvaged from the top edge of the pot, and it's the perfect material for slaying vampires. After a quick tactical reload, the robotic metal barber removes the sharp edge from the pot. The P&P executioner opens the doors to the party van to harvest the fresh corpse that's perfect for hot soup. After reaching level 16, the executioner evolves into a hole puncher, who has the most important job in the factory, punching holes into the pots for the handles. He is paid $14 million a year for this, and if any of you want to complain, try grabbing a pot without handles next time you're cooking 8 gallons of chili for Easter Sunday. Yeah, that's what I thought. Other smaller items are handcrafted by a 1970s car insurance salesman, who is dressed undercover as a 1970s metal worker. Gentle tickling, prodding, and teasing of the metal with a special tool is the best way to get it to submit to your will. You may think they're making the world's tiniest drum cymbal. But it's actually Uncle Kyle testing out his new instrument for his experimental prog band. If this idea works, 9 bands from the upstate New York area are going to have some great indie venue shows. And if it doesn't, Uncle Kyle is